line.
Why would somebody who has a hard time being guest?
Well, when I just started it, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just trying to film consecutively. I just wanted to see if I could do this.
Mm.
And it was like I didn't know how to reach out to people. I just didn't know. I've had to learn a lot.
Interesting.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
And
Let's get some coasters on there. It tends to
That'd be great.
thank
be a
you.
little nicer.
Thank you, Skylar.
Anything else?
And then at the end, we'll probably do that thing where we go up to the thing and use the mic
Okay.
and talk. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen it.
A
I
little,
haven't set it up, but I've seen
a little 10-minute promo, something like that.
Yep.
And that's what. Thank you so much for.
And what do you
helping.
do, by the way?
it. Okay. Have fun.
I'm a Reiki
Thank you, sir.
practitioner,
Thank you.
A what?
Reiki
Reiki.
and sound therapy,
Awesome.
and I'm a spiritual coach.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Very somatic.
Yep. Very somatic.
Yeah. Very somatic.
Bringing everybody back to their bodies.
What a great experience.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
I've got my questions here. I try to make broad-based questions, but we can go wherever we want to go. I know your passions are saving the planet,
Existence. Yeah.
and
Planet existence, both are the same.
and so let me just bring this up.
Taylor, you never talk about you enough. What have you been up to?
I've been just trying to evolve and be a good version of myself. And
How's the campaign?
it's good. It's really good.
Door knocking?
Yeah.
Pounding the pavement?
Yep. Canvassing and some. And
Materials? Going well?
yeah. I got to get some more out. I want to get on the debate stage. I know you were on there. I got to pull high enough to get on there.
You can do it.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm going to try. I mean, I got this independent that's running, Stephen Burt. And so
Stephen Burt?
Yeah, he's going to take some of my polling points.
Well, I think that the polls start here shortly.
They do.
They start in typically August.
Really?
Yeah, that's when they start polling you, is in August.
Well, maybe I can get a little boost from
Yeah.
my social media. Not from you or not from this. I mean, but I've been trying to put a lot of social media out.
Well, do you want to tell everybody what you're running for then?
I'm running for U.S. House Representatives, but I think they know you're awesome. I appreciate your energy. And okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. We're here on the Saving Humanity podcast, and I've got January Walker, my friend Chastity, who's been on before. Everybody here has been on before, and I think this is a great podcast because I know your energy wave, and it's awesome. And then I know yours, and I think it's going to be a great trifecta here.
Excellent.
Yeah, it'll be good. And
I'm excited to get to know you, Chastity.
Same.
what are you excited about right now, January?
What am I excited about?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, so aside from the Great Salt Lake, I've been working on a virtual cell. Do you know what those are?
No.
You ever heard of a virtual cell?
I have not. No.
Okay, so this is big deal.
Okay.
Big deal. This is what all of the pharmaceutical companies are working on. This is what all the technologist companies are working on.
Okay.
Like everybody's getting together. It's what, they essentially pioneered AI for pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a replication of the cell in your body with like the mitochondria and everything, except computationally. And so I figured out a methodology, and I've been checking it out, and I tested on a few diseases and got a few callbacks and
Really?
around grants and stuff. And so looks like gaining some traction on mine.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm very
have-
excited.
You have a great mind. You have a great mind.
Yeah.
You really do.
Let's cure some diseases.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll take all of us though, not just me.
What's one challenge that's made you stronger, January? I know you've been in the public eye a little bit, and
One challenge that's made me stronger.
mhm.
Oh man. Self-reflection is probably the largest challenge. The self-reflection of moral injury is probably been the toughest challenge. What about for you?
Well, I think I've been canceled one time in a small town, and that was probably the most challenging experience I ever had. When I got canceled,
That's
it was a small town in New Hampshire. It was a miss. They had me mistaken for someone, and it's such a small town.
They had you mistaken
They had
for
me
someone?
mistaken for someone, essentially, yeah, because there's very few people from Alabama in this town. I had Alabama license plates and things. And so I got canceled. I mean, nothing bad happened. Like I didn't lose anything. I wasn't, in legal trouble or anything, but I had to really, at first it was funny. It was kind of funny. And then it became kind of scary. And if you've ever had like a mob of people online that try to get you fired or want you to get arrested or whatever, it's a harrowing. You can feel I can feel my throat clenching right now because it's such a. I work with folks with special needs, and I was taking guys out, and they thought that like a couple of the guys were kind of. It was just a whole situation that was that let me see how crazy people are on the internet, and how there's no like personal. It's that whole, instead of like 500 years ago, we would tie people to a pole and throw stuff at them. Now you
What's the difference? What's the difference
you get
now?
canceled online now. You go online and you get canceled, or people just spread things about you and stuff. It's a very it's a unique experience. There's probably been very few people in the world that's experienced this to the level of which I did. And when you go through that, I remember one time just dropping to my knees. I was like, I couldn't even walk. It felt so paralyzing because I was like, no, this is true. But then eventually, but the great thing is you lose your ego because you see how finicky people can be. Like 1 minute someone says you're great, the next minute you're the world's worst. And then you lose attachment to trying to have people see you in a certain light. And then you just you go inside of yourself and you become stronger because you just become a better version of yourself. And then life takes off, So that was something I went through that changed my perspective. I know you've had similar things, just being a presence online where people may be like, oh, this person did this or says this, but no one knows what that's like. It's a very unique experience to have people spread misinformation about you or say things, and other people who you think are your friends or would know you, would defend you, they're like getting in on it, or it's quite an experience to be sort of publicly shamed or canceled and stuff like that. So but it's if you can not stop and keep going, then it turns you into like Superman, because nothing's really gonna, you don't really care what the external says. And then what's so funny is when you just don't care and you keep going, then everybody eventually comes back around to you.
Did they come back around?
I mean, yeah. And I've lived in another state before that, and then here, and yeah. It's like, everything always. People always. Everybody, as you ascend on your journey and rise up, people will always come back and try to. Like, it's so crazy. Like the universe, when you're at a level, and then people may look at you a certain way or feel a certain way. Then when you shoot up, almost everybody always comes back because you've grown more than maybe people thought you would have, or whatever. And then then they try to pull you back in. But I don't. Listen, I love everybody. I don't get mad at anybody. But I know if anybody ever like emotionally plays with me in any way, I will, like, you just lose me ever helping you. You lose me like I don't get mad. I don't have any ill will. But it's like I will never do anything like you might as well. I'm just like dead, And so I love everybody. I'm going to give everybody a fair shot. But my energy wave is meant to align with the people whose energy wave it aligns with. And like here in Salt Lake, I got a pretty big following, and you guys have seen the show, and like I have people on the So now I've kind of built this here, but I'm selective in the energy wave that I want in, and people who I think have a good heart, and and you guys have that. Like, you guys are built to try to expand and do well in the world, and so that's the way I look at it. And I try to stay high vibration and not. But yes, when you go through experience like that, you do have to have boundaries. My boundaries are like, I'm never going to say anything bad about anybody. I'm not going to get mad, but I'm never going to like you might as well just pretend I'm dead, because I'm not going to waste time and energy on something that doesn't serve me. But if you want to,
I feel like you it sounds like you took it a lot better than I have. People that have swung at me. But I was curious because you mentioned the somatic aspect. What, like, Chassie, like, what do you do in those? Because we have methodologies, and like cybersecurity and stuff like that, where it's like you box breathe through
Right.
it. But
Breathing is a big one. When we tend to get into those type of situations, or if you're in it for so long, we forget to breathe, and we're not fully breathing, which messes with your flow, and it's constricting you even more, and you're just going to tense up. So a good thing for that is box breathing, like you mentioned. Another one is meditation.
that's a hard
And
one for people.
It is a very hard one. A lot of us are overstimulated, especially us with ADHD or have autism, those type of things. We're more sensitive to energy. Me, I have an ADHD diagnosis, so I was always sensitive to energy. And with so many different things going on, we're not meant to be at all these different places 24/7. So we're scattered, and we're not actually in our body. We are outside in la la land. So meditation and box breathing is probably the biggest thing that you can do for yourself, and being alone, spending time alone in nature. It may feel lonely, but you're not alone.
Yeah, you're present.
You're present. And that's how you get present, is being on your own, back inside your body with the box breathing and with Mother Earth, So you need to get out there and, figure that stuff out and not let all these distractions bother you. Who cares what these people are saying? It's just another online
That's
voice.
a hard one. That's a hard one, right?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
When you feel like it's affecting, the hardest thing about being publicly shamed or canceled online is when you feel like, I had people calling like the state of New Hampshire. I was teaching out there. They were calling and it was this was all confusion. None of this was real.
Yeah.
It was all came out that it was all not real.
Did people apologize?
No, people don't apologize because people are. First of all, the computer makes people more narcissistic than they already are. But it is so hard to find people who actually have true character. It's not hard, but there are. 1 out of 3 people. It just came out. 1 out of 3 people admit to have stealing in the last year. 1 out of 3
Wow.
people have stolen in the United States because they didn't think they could afford the stuff. 1 out of 3, 30%. So they're actually just stealing in stores. So a third of the population are no counts. Those people have no integrity. You cannot depend on them. I'm just being honest.
Do they integrity or no money?
They don't
no
have
income.
integrity. They don't have integrity. They don't. Everybody has enough. You don't.
Are
have
they
to
stealing
have-
food?
whatever they're stealing. They're stealing a wide variety of things, not just food.
Okay,
Not just food.
I see.
I don't think people. It's never okay to just go in there and steal from people, in my opinion, especially what they're stealing. But 30% of people have said that they've stolen last year. I don't think they're getting like 5 avocados and saying they have 4 or something like that. I don't think that's what we're talking about. We're talking about they want some sort of lotion or something, and they just go to the self-checkout line at Walmart and don't pay for it. Things that they have to buy a phone charger and they don't pay for it. That's what they're stealing. So, but when someone has no integrity like that, the aptitude of which you can share energy with them and have a reciprocal relationship is non-existent. And so with the online stuff, it's those type, that vibration amplified. And then when they go after you, it makes them feel good. It's a dopamine hit to say things negative about other people. So people it's a dopamine hit scientifically to trash talk somebody or to say something negative or to find, actually, it's how sick it is to find happiness in somebody else's despair. It gives you a dopamine hit. But it's a low vibration energy. That kind of energy eats itself, but online it can be very tough. If you've ever experienced a tsunami of people coming at you, it feels exhausting and
It's so prevalent these days.
mm-hmm.
We so for the last couple of weeks, and then I'll toss it back to you.
Yeah.
So for the last couple of weeks, because I do these lives every night on TikTok, so I go on there and teach people about here's how you do math, here's how you do science, here's information physics, this is what you need to know so that we can start building the economy and have
Sure.
jobs and be like, here's direction. You guys, here's some direction. And we'd have these people come in and just be bizarre little dingbats, like just absolutely like wild. And it's like, what is going on here?
Right.
So we found out through like researching different areas of the brain, like what causes this piece, and then just, following it, there's actually a neuron that starts to disintegrate between cognitive empathy, so like the awareness that you're causing something, and then effective empathy, which is like, oh, don't do that. That little thing that says, oh, don't harm somebody else. And it's called the von Economo neuron. And if you get too much replication in essentially this gene, it also is tied to all of these issues, but it causes non-normative social behaviors.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to say antisocial, but pro-social
I agree.
behaviors.
I agree.
So maybe there's some, I don't know what it is, but that would tie into that dopamine place because they're
It's-
not reaching the
No.
serotonin.
Yeah, and that's it's hard to see much. If you've ever been canceled, publicly shamed, it is a very you just appreciate people who are just kind, have a good energy,
Yeah.
integrity. But you always know that, like, man, you always, there's a thing in our brain called the reticular activation system,
Mm-hmm.
RAS, and literally, like, if people can have the halo effect, you think someone's awesome, like your brain looks for ways to make them awesome. As soon as it flips and you see a person is not awesome, your brain will look for ways where they're not awesome. And you have those RAS flips, we're all guilty of it, and it will completely change how we see someone, how we see a situation, and we can, use it for good or bad. But it's
Does it flip back?
the reticular activation system. I'm sure it could if there's enough social proof or there's enough, but the RAS is a very unique thing. It's the whole thing about don't think about purple elephants and you think about purple elephants. That's your reticular activation system.
I see.
And so it's a part of the brain. And we have these RAS flips. Women have them a lot because, like, stronger than men, because you guys, like 5,000 years ago, a new tribe would come in and kill
5,000
everyone.
years ago.
Yeah.
5,000 years ago.
Oh, wait, I heard about this.
Yeah, you guys would. So women are living in the world. They're people who they had children with are there. Then a new tribe comes in, kills the men, takes the women, and makes them start over again. And the women had to be able to just do it. And so the ones who resisted were killed out. So women have a stronger RAS flip where you can, like, move on from things and instantly go, because throughout evolutionary history, you had to have that. And the only women who are left now, the humans who are left now, have that gene of being able to flip it very quickly. So it's a very unique thing. It's just the way it is. It's not a right or a wrong or any of that kind of stuff, But
Indeed. Well, that was a great conversation.
well, thank you.
Learn something new.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, here's something. I just had some questions I just typed up. What's one thing society needs more of? I'll start with January and then Jesse, you can.
Oh, I was going to say effective empathy.
Okay.
Yeah. What we were just talking, like, definitely need some effective empathy. There appears to be some correlation with heat. So maybe if we can cool the earth down a little bit, maybe we can stop
Really?
being so wild.
Is that like an evolutionary adaptation?
It's, well, we're electromagnetic beings. So even heat on the smallest of levels impacts us.
Uh-huh.
And if that heat if our systems get disrupted, then they start to go through and start collapsing and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's quantum physics.
How about you? What do you think society needs more of, Jesse?
I think not what we need more of. What do we need to remove from? We need to remove more. There's too many options. There's too many things. People are confused right now. There's a social media addiction and pulling people in every direction. At work, people are lost right now, and they're also lost in their phones. So what can we remove to get back to basics?
Right.
What would you
But get
remove?
back. I would say we need to get back into nature, spend more time with Mother Earth, back with people in community. It's very important. People are stuck on their phones at home. They're seeing all the negative. They're seeing all this different stuff, seeing the violence. And us as humans, we're not supposed to witness that. Like, if you're in front of a screen all day and all you see is violence, and then you're at your job and, it's all this negative stuff, and you're going to have a negative mindset.
Right.
And it's not your fault, So it's just a condition conditioning that we've all been through. It's not our faults. It's not our parents' faults. It's not even, our grandparents, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So I don't think it's a thing of what we need more of. It's more what do we need to remove
Right.
and come
No.
back together as a community.
More nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you protect your peace, Chastity?
I say no a lot.
Mm.
I say no a lot. I used to be a very yes person. I had, kids that counted on me. Everybody was, you
Yeah.
could count on Chastity. She'll do it.
Right.
And then I just burned myself out and I couldn't do anything,
Right.
know? So I saying no a lot more often and explaining why you're saying no, even if they don't like it, just let them know this is why I'm saying no. I'm tired. I need some time to myself, and they'll understand, So,
Well, thanks for saying yes to this, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Appreciate-
time.
Appreciate your energy, Wave.
Of course.
And you?
What do I do to protect my peace? That's a great question. Thank you for giving it back to me.
Yeah.
I think let me think about that. I just try to see things as like the next iteration that I'm experiencing and not see it as like good or bad. So I'm just like, oh, this is what I'm experiencing right now. This is interesting. Oh, this is the moment I'm experiencing, and not judge it.
Yeah.
And then that way I don't see it as bad or good, and then I think like getting sleep, and I eat very clean, eat very healthy, sleep in a dark room, things like that can help you recover, and try to stand up for yourself. Try to always speak your mind. Don't ever let anyone, I always try to go for, I'd rather go a little too far and learn a lesson than not push against the wall. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just how I.
You'd like to run into the wall first.
Yeah. I always run into the wall. I course correct and then keep going. But that's kind of how I like to live. But I mean, it's not for everybody. Most people wouldn't want to live how I live. But
It's scary hitting the wall.
it is. But you know how it is. You desensitize yourself to it. You do things that scare you, and you just keep doing it. And I don't know. I that's what I do. I try to be non-judgmental on what I'm experiencing instead of being like, oh, this is the worst situation ever. I'm like, this is an interesting situation I'm experiencing, and just see how it plays out.
That's
So,
a good way to. That's
Mhm.
a good way to take it.
Thank you. How about you?
Oh, I do a lot of things, but
Okay.
a lot of times these days, I have pretty much like no tolerance for. So there's a lot of covert behaviors that I find in the population,
Okay.
and as soon as they come out, call them out. If they do it again, they're gone.
Okay.
And then if it hits a certain severity, it's like there's no second chance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a boundary.
Well, she's a pretty big. You have a lot of interactions with people, especially online. I know,
Yeah,
and so it's a different level of everything.
yeah. People need to learn to behave.
Yeah. You think they'd understand that, but, they're hiding behind a computer. They may not even mean what they're
It's
saying.
that dopamine hit,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I was
it
just
is
say-
that dopamine.
yeah.
Well, it's like I said, there's just so many different things that our dopamine is depleted. So people are actually looking for dopamine hits wherever they can get it.
Instead of the serotonin.
Mm-hmm.
Time with my dog is the other thing.
Yeah. I can see
Skiing, biking.
that. I can see that. You go to Park City. Where do you ski?
So I mostly go to Snowbird, but I've been
Alta.
thinking about flipping over to Alta and, because I mostly snowboarded before, so I beat a pro racer down the hill recently.
Really?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, maybe I need to go get a new challenge.
Good
So
for you.
yeah,
Here's a great one for you. What are you grateful for today?
really, what I'm grateful for today is that people took the time to meet with me and give me a path forward, give me some hope. Because
Yeah.
coming back to my dog,
Right.
Bernese Mountain Dogs, they get cancer a lot.
Right.
And so part of this virtual cell is racing for his life. So, because I don't ever
Right.
want him to experience cancer.
Really? How old is he now?
He turns 11 next month.
Okay.
Yeah, in a couple days.
Yeah, I think I met him before.
He's wonderful. It's a little too hot for him to
Is
hang
he
out
in the car now?
No, it's
Okay.
too hot. It's like 100 degrees or something.
Okay.
He really wanted to come, though. He pouted.
I bet he did.
Yeah, he wanted to see you.
Thanks. Anything you're grateful for, Jesse?
I'm grateful for my breath.
Yeah.
Your breath.
When you wake up in the morning, just be grateful for your breath, and the rest of your day will unfold.
No, yeah. You know, I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for you guys wanting to be in my community, my energy wave, and wanting to expand and create. So
And the community and you guys, of course. But
yeah, no, and sincerely, I really am grateful.
Well, you wouldn't be here if you weren't breathing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's very true.
How about this one? I just wrote down questions that I could add. These are like, what does high vibe mean to you? What does like high vibration mean to you?
High vibration to me is being, there's so many different things that can make you in a higher vibration. Gratitude is the biggest one. I would say anything that you're not feeling grateful for, at least find 3 things of why you could be grateful for that as an experience here on earth. You know, like we're sacred beings and we should treat ourselves as sacred. We volunteered to come here to enjoy this experience and be happy with what we're doing, no matter what that is.
That's so true.
And you?
High vibe to me is when I'm lifting people up, sharing energy freely, just have a love of life, not talking negative. I try not to be in low vibe earlier. I thought, you know, I've like everybody, we have days, like I've had some cortisol in my brain today. I've been working and doing stuff, so I'm having to like channel my higher self. I don't think I've been too bad, but like I don't want to, you know, ruminate or think about things that don't serve me. So focus on the things that expand myself and others, and just, you know, enjoying every moment, because we're all heading toward the same place. So we're crazy if we don't just love every moment like it's the greatest moment of our life, kind of like what you said.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. For me, high vibration, I would say equanimity, ascension, flow, and presence. Very much so. So if you can be in the present, in the now, those are high vibration. And then when you're authentically yourself. So if you're being authentically yourself, like we all have different DNA in us. We all go through the motions in these different ways.
Right.
So when you allow yourself to be authentic, then it really allows you to just be present,
Right.
and not worrying and hesitating, and you just kind of where you're supposed to be.
Right. No, you're very authentic. That's one thing I admire about you, is your authenticity.
Thank you.
You're very authentic. Yeah, I try to be. I work to be, but I admire how authentic you are as well.
Lots of self-acceptance in there.
That's awesome.
That was perfectly said.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I thought about it a lot.
I like that.
Yeah.
What does a meaningful life look like for you?
The meaning of life.
Or a meaningful life. I should say.
Meaningful
But
life.
Meaningful life.
I'm like the
That's probably the
meaning
same
of
thing.
life. It's it could be the same thing. A meaningful life, honestly, it's joy. You have to enjoy your moments. We're here to enjoy being here. We're not here to be serious. We're not here to be all these different things. We're not here to worry about this or that. We're here to enjoy what we are doing right now and be happy with ourselves.
Right.
And that comes back to being authentic, being your authentic self, and not caring about what others think.
Yeah, that's so true.
Do the weird thing. Be weird.
I like it. I like it.
There's a song about that. It's from the show. What is it called? Like New York Park or something like that. Weirdos can be superheroes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Well,
talking about?
No, I
No.
don't think I've heard the
Or Central
song.
I
Park.
can
Central
bring it up.
Park.
I bet you if I heard it, I'll be like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those cartoon musicals.
Really?
Yeah. Fascinating song.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. What about you? What's a meaningful life for you, if you had to say?
Meaningful. Oh, well, I have, I do have a taste for food. So I really like good food.
Okay.
Mostly vegan these days. There's something in the meat.
Do you eat fish?
Not as much
What
anymore.
about wild caught Alaskan, like Alaskan salmon? Because that's like less toxins up there.
Less
or In
toxins.
theory.
Well, it's more that so I met a fish in Singapore and that fish changed my life. So, but after I met the fish, I did something terrible. So I didn't learn my lesson immediately. But
Well, how'd you meet it?
well, there's an island in Singapore that it used to be a leper colony,
Okay.
and then a prisoner of war camp,
Okay.
and now it's a biology research center,
Wow.
like a marine biology research center. And so, I just went over there, took like this little boat. They say if you want to go any place to get away from Americans, you go to Singapore
Okay.
because it's 17-hour trip away. But this fish was in this tank, and I'm just looking around, and this fish kept following me around the tank, and for like ever. I mean, we were there a long time together, like 45 minutes. And I'm like, what is going on with this fish? So I asked the people there, and they're like, oh, that's so-and-so. And apparently this fish has a big personality. And he changed my perception on fish and life. And
What year was this, by the way?
2020, January of 2020. So
Wow.
so this was right as COVID was starting. I was in Asia, and that was like,
What were you doing over there? Just exploring?
yeah, I was taking some time off work. So exploring. We were supposed to go through China, but then China had some
we all
some
know.
interesting things at the time.
We all know that.
So we skipped that out on that part of the trip, but lots of kind people. I hope that we reach that level of cleanliness here in
I
Utah.
know. I heard Singapore. They like beat you with a cane if you spit gum out or something.
I mean,
That's a
yeah,
joke.
gum is banned. They don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's beatings, but
Yeah.
it's
Is gum
Zero
actually banned?
tolerance.
Is gum
Yes.
actually- yeah. I see. I knew that.
yeah. They don't mess with gum.
Singapore has like the freest economy too, but like no civil liberties. Would you trade a free economy? Everyone's got money.
They said the housing is really expensive.
It
there.
is, but because it's like a rock island with nothing or whatever, but it's still like it has no natural resources, and they just like use their brain to.
They're traders.
Yeah, exactly. They have to import all their resources.
Really great food. Excellent zoo.
Really,
Yeah, Singapore Zoo is really amazing.
Singapore, like there's like people who are like getting like Singapore bank accounts for the currency because the currency is going to be in good shape if the U.S. dollar goes down.
We all go down if the U.S. dollar goes down.
What's going down?
No.
I don't wanna get into I kind of do want to get into politics, but okay. Last one.
Ooh, that's like, let's not go down. We can't go down.
I know.
Let's skip the question.
If you had a billboard, you could create a billboard for everyone to see. What would it say? These are like fun questions. Light, high vibe, if you will.
Light, high vibe.
I guess. I think so.
Me? You want me to go
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I was thinking, like this isn't a shameless promo, but this was the first
Yeah.
thing that came to mind. It's the only
Yeah.
thing I thought you were going to say something first.
I was
waiting.
I was waiting for you
Okay.
too, and I'm like, maybe he's going to tell us. I don't know.
So, I wrote this book called The Book of the Bees,
Part of
and
it,
I put it up on a billboard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm putting the things up on billboards that I want.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else I would say except for that. Like, you as you are today already have the ability, perhaps. Like
Like that. That's good.
like other people's limitations are theirs. They don't belong to you.
Right.
Stuff like that. Probably if it wasn't,
Right.
shamelessly happy about my own book.
Right. Right. No, I understand.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts? What you'd put on there? What you'd write?
You are the light that you're looking for.
Right.
Beautiful.
Good one. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you got for us?
Ah, man. I would probably say, wow, it's. My mind automatically thinks something logical like pro freedom or pro.
We're still in that politics mode.
Yeah.
What is freedom?
Individualism, avoid collective. Read the horrors of. This is kind of low vibe a little bit, but it's like okay. So the other thing is, we're going to talk about in a minute. January is pretty sure that we're all going to burn up like in a very soon with the data centers. So this is like the high vibe part of the segment of our show.
Oh, I didn't realize we were going to go into that
well,
dark
if
place.
you want to,
let's
if
do
you
it.
want to, but-
People
but-
need to know.
But this is sincerely, I'm not lying. So, as you're going to find out, but it's just that freedom is a beautiful thing, and that individual freedom is where it's at. And most of human history has been collectivism. And the last thing that we want is collectivism. That freedom isn't just economic, but it's voluntarism. It's you being able to do what you want, trade with who you want, spend time with who you want. But it's also like there should be no external force called the government to take your money or to tell you how to live. Like this is the exception. This last few hundred years is the exception. And now there's like so much talk about like the beautiful socialism and how the grocery stores in New York are 30% marked down, but they wouldn't even know the prices if it wasn't for the market. If the market didn't set the prices in the first place, the state-run grocery store couldn't lower it by 30%. Only freedom, people interacting with their time to exchange goods with other people, which is their time too, can create what we call prices. And so all of this is built by people exchanging their time for other people's time. And so we're either going to do it voluntarily, or the government creates everything, and the government pretends to pay us, and we pretend to work. That's an old Soviet Union thing. It's the same in Venezuela. Any socialistic environment is that the government pretends to pay you, and you pretend to work. The government money doesn't really buy anything, and none of the stuff that you would want to buy is actually good anyway because no one produces anything. And so, I mean, the market is a beautiful thing. If it wasn't for the market, even the old Soviet Union, they had the stuff that they would choose to manufacture in a Soviet style was off of American goods and in the market. So the markets created it, and then they're having to copy it to try to catch up. But those bureaucrats that were essentially planning would never be able to create things like this or all these kind of stuff. So only the invisible hand of the market working for everyone can create that. But there's a lot of anti-free market, rhetoric out there, especially in the United States. And it's like we have too much success. We can't let it land. We have to self-sabotage. It's like we have to blame. We have to have identity politics. White men are bad. Capitalism's bad. It's just like, okay.
But none of those things are real. They're all human-made concepts.
Right.
To fit what we have now.
But like in Venezuela, they really did. Like you talk to somebody that's from Venezuela. I was talking to the guy today from Venezuela, and like it's a horrible life. Like there is no life. So people eat their own dogs. So collectivism creates hunger,
terrible.
Starvation. The boats only go one way. But maybe in the world from like a macro sense, it's just part of human evolution. It's like too many people are born. They lack the IQ to be resourceful enough themselves. They have to go parasite off other people. And then there's a war between the parasites and the people who are the host species. The host species, whoever the tough enough, smart enough people, eventually win out. It may take 100 years. And that's just life. That's the human evolution over 1 million years is there's always a parasite and there's a host, and they have to fight for their finite resources that are available. And then I just think, the way I see it is like, humans having wars is like explosives and like nerve gas. I mean, that's literally what it's like. Like things get blown up and you use germ warfare, and it's a painful reality during that time. And to me, it's like the only thing that causes war is government tyranny. You do not have war if you don't have government tyranny. You shouldn't. Every war, the one here in Iran, is because we think this country shouldn't have a nuclear weapon, or in theory. And then so we go and blow their schools up, their buildings up, and all this. For what? For what? So because our government is more ethical, or the Israeli government is more ethical?
Murder is unethical.
Right. So, I mean, there's just, it's, I don't want to get too low vibe. I want to stay high vibe. So what, okay.
Where do you want to go?
I want to do like our little thing in a minute. Because I want to talk into the camera because people love that, and I want to do that. I want to get that. I want us to just sit next to each other and just talk free flow. I thought you guys would. I thought this would be a good energy. I think you guys have liked the energy that we have. I think you like this energy.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a nice uplifting session.
Yeah,
and
no,
also
I could tell.
a stark reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're all relatively smart people, and what's something people should spend less time worrying about? Last sort of free round question. What's something people should spend less time worrying about, if you had to say?
About money.
Okay.
If you let go of that grasp that you have, it will flow to you and you'll be able to create more.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're grasping it, the further it's going to get away from you. So I could go into more detail about that, but the less that you let go of, the more flow you bring in,
Right.
and the better life you're going to experience and the better you're going to be able to create.
Right.
And money just happens to be that one influence for everybody that they just can't seem to let go of and realize that it's a tool. It's not your need. You don't need it. Well, I guess you do in a sense. You don't want to go hungry, but
Tough one.
it is a tough one. But that, I would say, yeah, just letting go of that money drive that you have. It's not everything.
Yeah, money is a physical representation of our energy.
Mm-hmm.
So our time is money, time is energy. So it is our energy. So letting go of energy is like not worrying about it as much is good. And also at the same time, I see, because this ties directly into money, finances, what you were bringing up, what you're saying. This is a very interesting texture in here because
It is.
it's our energy is extremely valuable and it's being extracted at alarming rates. And it's also like, gosh, if you stress out about it, it can pretty much consume you. But at the same time, you want to have it protected so that it doesn't have harm come to it. And then people are really just, there's like a disease within some of these groups. And it's just like they're siphoning off everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not really a no worry response, but.
Yeah, I think one thing we can worry about is don't worry about suffering. Don't worry about pain. Let the pain come to you and just feel it. You know, let discomfort come to you. My life changed. So like the money thing, you guys know this because you know how I am. I've been investing since I was 21 years old. So I'm very big into the money. Like I don't even have to work. I have enough money, but I choose to work.
That's
But
nice.
also I see it as a way to like pay for this, you know. But I don't fear making the money or doing hard things that push my comfort zone because I don't mind the pain of doing it. So like release the pain, release the need to feel good and comfort, and then it just opens up. Like, but I agree with you about the money stuff. I agree to an extent because I'm willing to walk away from money. I just look at it like it's just fun. It doesn't matter. It's just digits on a screen. That's all it is. That's all it is digits on a screen. But I look at it like it's fun. It's like, oh, I'm creating. It's kind of fun to. So what I do is I invest the money, and so I am always buying index funds and ETFs, and I just look at it like this is fun. Or like tomorrow I'll be working all day, and I'm like, I work and I get to go create with the podcast, and it kind of all goes together. And this is fun. And whatever's going to happen tomorrow while I'm working, because it might be a crazy situation, it's going to pull something out of me that's going to be great. And when I have to manage the money, some people don't want to look at money. Like my parents don't even want to like think about like investing. They don't have the nerve. My dad doesn't have the guts to do it. He will not like put his money in the market. I can go on there and, you know, spend a few $1,000s like it's nothing. I can do it in seconds, just a few $1,000 done. Now, but I'm confident what I'm doing. I feel like I know what I'm doing, and I just also am unattached.
Do you
from
do
it.
like short trades? What do you do?
No, I just buy ETFs.
I see.
I buy ETFs that track index funds. Yesterday, the South Korean stock market has gone down 10% in 6 months. It's gone down 50% in 6 months. It went down 10% yesterday. Now I already own a bunch of emerging markets. South Korea is considered an emerging market. The little index funds I owned were down 2-point-something% yesterday. So I put some money in that. I don't even look at it because it doesn't matter. It'll grow over time. But I know South Korea, they're good people, they're smart, they have integrity. That's what you want to invest in, you know. So there's like, I think there's two aspects to this. I agree about the money part. Like I can live a very hard life. I could sleep outside. I could sleep in the cold. I voluntarily expose myself to discomfort so I can be that way. I can psych myself up. I'm totally, you mentioned like sociopath, antisocial behavior. So I am not a psychopath at all. I'm very empathetic, actually. So I don't score as a psychopath. Anybody who spends time with me knows I'm not a psychopath. But I have this switch where I can be like, I can go into psychopath mode. I'm just lucky.
Wait,
to
what's
have
the
it.
difference?
Because I can flip that switch when I have to. Like what I did was I had 2 surgeries. I had a hip surgery and a hernia surgery, and I stayed awake for both of them. And it was excruciating pain. When I had the hernia surgery, they cut me up right there. I got a scar on my, near my in my pelvic region, and I stayed awake. I could feel them pulling at stuff in my groin. It almost
That's insane.
it almost made me want to
Yeah,
pass out. But I told myself
You can feel it.
I could feel it the whole time. I was the only person who ever. I had a hip replacement and stayed awake.
And not insane. Insane isn't the right word. I want to be more precise with my language here, if I may.
It's I have an ability to channel, to go through extreme pain and just tell my brain that what I'm doing is I'm transforming. But that to be able
You're
to go.
embedding it in your nervous system.
Yeah, I am.
In your brain.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, that pain would exist anyways because you're
Mm-hmm.
undergoing surgery, but it goes into a place where the anesthetic essentially says that you're numb. So instead of having the anesthetic feel that you're numb and hitting those places in your brain in the first place, you're actually
Yeah. Feel it.
allowing it to stay there, and then in
then-
that state of cognitive awareness. What in the world?
And then when I go back to baseline, life is so easy.
Ow.
Yeah.
I
But
just
you,
feel- I just
you,
feel
you
out.
have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that gene in me. There's a gene in me that maybe other people don't have, that I can just tap into that. Where it's like, oh, I can have the surgery. The person I'm becoming. I mean, I just look up at the lights when they're having surgery on me, and it's such excruciating pain. But I'm like, this is like me dying on the cross. This is my transformation. This is me becoming a 2.0 version of myself.
Dying on the cross is painful.
And yes, it is.
Are you saying that you want to try?
If you
Okay.
hold on to comfort, if you just know that it's going to be painful, and you use the pain as excitement, and then it's actually a beautiful like you're dying. The parts of you that need to die are dying as you go through the pain. That's where my head can go. So, and then once I do that, any social situation or something that most people would be afraid of, I'm not. You see what I'm saying? So, but this is a psycho. So this is not a normal thing.
So I do what you're saying registers completely in my head, and also with visualizations on every level.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I am definitely feeling a lot of things like just flapping at my brain right now.
Well, I mean, I'm not scared. I'm willing to go all the way. But it's not like I'm a tough person. It's more just like I train my brain. I train my brain to feel the pain and not resist it, and nothing really is gonna.
Why does
Yeah.
there have to be pain anyways?
Because we have nerves in our body.
But
mean-
what if you didn't have pain? What if you didn't have to have pain? What if you could just not have pain? What if you could not have pain, not have disease? You go through and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, something's wrong with you. Let's just go through and fix that really
Do
quick.
you have a solution for how that
Yes.
can happen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. No, it's this project that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Seriously. And
Right.
it's like that's really a lot of
Right.
pain.
It is. I mean, unfortunately, like if we had a cut in our leg, it's just a natural, things are going to feel pain. But then once you feel it, you just got to use that pain as a way to know that you're transforming yourself. So instead of trying to run from the pain, be like, this is great. I'm transforming myself. So it's just a psychological hack that you can tap into if you're willing to do it. But
I could go sit in the snow for a couple hours and be fine,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think I could do that.
Like with clothing? Right?
No, I do a lot of ice baths. and
Okay, okay,
stuff,
okay,
So
that
it's
makes-
something
I
that
see.
I've grown.
Ice baths.
Yes.
I see.
I don't think I could do that kind of pain though. I guess even as a Zen is my job title. I'm
Right.
able to. I go
There's-
places.
I
There's
meant like
Zone-
winter clothes. Winter
Oh.
clothes, sorry. But you meant like the ice bath clothes.
Well, I could. No, I could do it like in a bathing suit. Yeah.
Wow. You
Yeah.
guys are intense. You guys are so intense. I'm like, I don't want this experience.
So once I was able to clear my mind, I realized how bad a shape my body was in, and I was feeling the certain spots. So,
Yeah.
ice baths has a lot to do with inflammation and revitalizing your cells, mitochondria, getting rid of all that.
Indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ice baths it is.
So he'll go under the knife, and then you'll just freeze yourself
Yep.
into nothing. And
That's pretty intense though. I can't do the under the knife thing. I don't know.
I don't think it's not a normal. There was something in my DNA, that my genetic ancestry, where the people could tolerate pain, and
I wonder what happened.
they
I
could
don't
flip
wonder
that
what
switch.
happened.
They could flip that switch, and you just it's a evolutionary adaptation. The people who survived in my gene pool We're the ones who could flip that switch, you know?
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
all it is.
Wow.
And I mean, so some of it is mental toughness. I mean, I can work every day, all day. You know, I like working. I like doing hard things. It's fun to me. It's a challenge.
Oh, that's
I like-
fun. Yeah, that sounds fun.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I like it's
Building
fun.
muscle, ripping them, you know,
Mhm.
building it up, then going and eating like your protein afterwards, getting your little tofu meats.
Mhm.
So great.
Yeah, and all aspects of that. Working out physically, working out mentally, working out emotionally. No matter what happens to you, it doesn't change your personality. So that you could get the worst news in the world, quote unquote worst news, and then whatever you're doing in that moment, you have to channel within you the ability to be like, hey, this is my purpose, this is why I'm here, focus on this. That's the true, like that's how you emotionally evolve yourself to where it's not like a roller coaster. It's like it like whatever the external is going to happen. If someone says I'm going to die, if someone says someone close to me died, it doesn't penetrate my essence, my soul. Things don't have a meaning until you give them one. Someone could put a gun to your head. It's not going to change how you feel. And that's the ultimate, that's life at its highest levels, because you just see life as like you're the creator, and then all of this. And like, we're lucky to be alive. The odds of being born are less than 1 in 7 trillion, way less than 1 in 7 trillion, way less. If you go back far enough, way less than 1. And 1 in 7 trillion is as high as like math can go, as far as like putting an odd on something. So we've already won. We've already got to experience the ultimate lottery. Every breath is just an extension of that. So it's like a celebration. So to your point, we really should just be like so happy and ecstatic. And I am. And it's fun to create. This is fun. I'm going to put this out. I'm going to make little reels. I'm going to collaborate with you guys. I'm going to, it's fun. So anything else that you guys would like to add? I want to go get that I'm going to do the little thing here in a minute. I'm going to do the little promos. People love those promos. Have you guys seen the promos where I do it? That's what people love. When I go up to the cameras and like we talk in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
do
that's
it.
it.
I don't think I have anything to add. I can think.
I appreciated this space today, Taylor. I wasn't sure what you wanted to talk about. I could have gone anywhere with you,
No.
and it was interesting to learn more about you, and I appreciated the reprieve and the lessons shared. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. We'll talk about
Same.
your social life next time.
Oh,
Trying out Bumble and your love life. And
I'm sure that's great.
we thank you. Appreciate your vibration.
and thank you as well, Charisse.
Chastity.
Chastity. Oh my gosh,
It's okay.
Chastity. Why did I say
I go by
Charisse?
because
Chastity.
I have a rough name.
No,
I told
you didn't.
this
You didn't.
earlier.
But
It's like I have a rough name.
But I don't even know where Charisse came from. I don't think I've talked to anybody named Charisse recently. Chastity.
Yeah.
Chastity, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
No,
Don't-
it's not. My goodness, that was bad. That was
No.
bad. That was bad.
I have this thing where I think everybody should wear a name tag.